Okay, so today's webinar is going to go over the steps taken to update your central system. So I went ahead and downloaded the updates, but I'll go ahead and give you guys the information of where you'll need to go to download these updates. I'm not going to say the password on this webinar because it will be posted to the public on our FTP site. So if you want to get the password, you can just send us an email and we'll give it to you. So when you do connect to our FTP site, you can either open Windows Explorer, clicking your Start menu and then opening My Computer, or you can use an application such as FileZilla to access the FTP site. So if you're using your Windows Explorer, you would just type in FTP://212.150.51.219. And then you would log in with the account. Again, if you need this, you can just send us an email and we'll provide that. So once you have logged in, you'll see an Vista ARM folder, and this is where all the latest updates for the central system will be placed. So what you'll do then is create a new folder on your desktop. I named this one Updates December 4th, 2013. And then you'll go through and grab the latest versions. You'll grab the latest version of your DB setup, and they're both found in here. Then you'll grab the latest update for the Vista ARM itself, and that is located in this Vista ARM auto update files. So you'll just drag that into the folder there. You'll grab the latest FTP service program. Again, just drag it into the folder. The latest send alerts, and also the latest comm center. So once you have dragged each one of those files over there and they have downloaded, what I usually do next is I'll open each. So I'll open DB Builder. And log in. And then what I'll do is I'll go through and make a note of the current versions that are running on the server. So as we can see here, version 1.1.0.32, scripts 0.0.0.129. So I'll open an Excel document and put in what the program is and what the current version that is running. So we would do that for each application. We would do that for DB Builder, Vista ARM, Comm Center, DP Import. So once we have made a note of the versions, what we can do next is uninstalling versions that are on the system. No matter which order you uninstall in, you can just start with any program. So I'll go ahead and uninstall Comm Center first.
Did you get another? I thought the gap was still everything more than we already were. She's trying to get hold of it over and come back to her now.
Hi, Mr. There you go. Okay. My eyes still have 11 more open.
Would it be possible for people to mute their phones? Thank you.
And now I'm going to uninstall DB Builder next. Now in Vista Setup. And then I'm going to remove the FTP service. And finally, I'll remove the send alert service. And as a note, you do not have to remove Vista ARM. Because it uses smart update files, you can just leave it installed and it will search for the update once we tell it where to look. So you will not have to remove Vista ARM at all. So we uninstalled all of the software. So now we can start installing the updated versions. So I usually always start with DB Builder. And you can just leave it as the DB, although we recommend if you're on a 64-bit system that you install directly into C, Invitec, and Vista DB Builder. And you would do this the same for the rest of the programs. You would install directly into C/ rather than C/ files. But this is not a 64-bit system. Default is fine.
Randy, I noticed that you didn't uninstall the web manager. Is that a different one?
Yeah, that will actually be a part of another webinar.
Okay. So because it's not a service, is that why it's not in this update webinar?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And then we can just click Finish here. Okay, then once you get DB Builder installed, we'll go ahead and run it. And we'll log in here. Then once we logged in, we can just go right over to Operations, and then we'll click Update Database. And this will run all the new scripts. And I have already ran this on our demo here, but as you'll see a list of the through and update all the tables, and it will tell you at the bottom or when it's finished. And once that has finished, what you'll do is you trace at the bottom just to make sure there's nothing. If there's nothing listed in here, then you are okay to continue. If you do see anything listed, then it's recommended that you give us a call, and we can help you troubleshoot. So once we have updated the database, go ahead and start installing the software. I usually, after I install DB Builder, I always install next. Again, the default directory is a 64-bit system. And you want to choose all users. That is so if any user in the system, they'll have it on their desktop. This is especially on the domain. Let's Okay, we were seeing that one was still logged in, and they had session open. So I just disconnected them. Okay. So after setup, I usually install CommCenter next. Again, the default directory is okay. Then next I'll install for service. Again, the default directory is 32-bit systems. And finally, the send alerts. And be sure to click everyone. And if the create database pops up, you can just click skip here. All of it's done with the DB builder. Okay, so finally we'll need to update the Vista ARM program itself. And to do that, we'll open up the Vista ARM program. And we'll click the Setup tab, and then Options. And this is where we choose our Smart Update Files folder. So right now it's set for this to update. So if you're just ARM client computer, would go in here and change the directory to a folder that's local to the computer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it in the updates folder where I placed the recent updates. Now, if you were to upgrade all of the users, their ARM client, what you would do is you would place this in Vista ARM version number here .zip. You would place that into a network. And then you would on your all the users, you would point their Smart Update folder, Work folder. So then when each one of them open it, folder, and it will suggest that all of the users they open them Vista ARM forms. But because updating this one version here, demo purpose, I'm going to point it to my recent updates. So it's on the desktop. Updates December 4th, 2013.
Randy, you are really echoing. I don't know if it's just me or if it's for everybody else, but I'm getting a double echo on here.
Just one moment. Does someone have like speakerphone maybe, and it's echoing back?
Somebody has their speakerphone on. They didn't mute.
Is it a little bit better now?
Not really.
Okay, yeah, when you're talking, I can hear you echo too. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to point it to desktop, and then click OK. And click OK again. And then I'm going to close the Vista client, and then reopen it. And it is letting us know that it did find the update. So we can just click apply the update. And then we'll click yes. And it will tell us that the update completed successfully. And then it will launch it. And when the application, which is Calm Center, FTP import, export, and send alerts, when you installed them, when the installation finished, it automatically went in and it started the service. The system will automatically, you won't have to worry about opening the applications and starting autopull. So that concludes updating the central system. I hope I was able to explain it pretty thoroughly for you guys, but I'm sure some of you still have questions. If you do have any questions, go ahead and ask them now.
Chuck Cernosky here, Randy. Do we necessarily need to update all those files? Or can we just do the Vista ARM update? Like all the Comm Center and all that stuff.
A complete update. If you're looking for a specific feature and you have contacted us and we've told you, hey, there's a fix in Vista ARM that you were looking for, you can just go in and update in Vista ARM itself.
Okay.
Now you may get a message when you first open the Vista ARM that says you need to upgrade DB Builder.
Okay.
So you may need to do that. But yeah,
okay.
if there's just a specific update that you're looking for, you should just be able to apply the update for Vista ARM itself.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can mess up, and I'll call you when I screw it all up.
Okay. Remember, as long as there's and then that failed trace when you update, you should be good to go. Is there any other questions?
This is Anna from Alaska, and
hey, Anna.
we can't do our database update ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got a whole different procedure for the database update that takes, 7 days of being in test and stuff because of the way our security works. But so I usually only update in Vista ARM. And then I recently tried to update everything in the, I think it was the alerts. There was a problem, and then we had to go back to the previous version for it.
Okay. And that can happen.
I'm not sure it's always good to update all those other things unless they really need to be updated.
Yeah, doing this complete update, I would recommend maybe once every 3 months, just to keep on track with everything. But there, like I was telling Chuck, there may be just something that you're looking for in Vista that we notified you and said, hey, you reported this bug and we verified that it is fixed. So go ahead and update your Vista, and you'll just update that one program. And you won't have to worry about updating FTP import export or running DB Builder. Unless, of course, when you run in Vista, it may notify you that you need to. So then you'll.
Which we've had that happen, yes. So yeah, I have been scheduling myself to update every 3 months anyway. But I was just updating in Vista ARM, not the other one. But I should actually do that every 3 months too.
Yeah.
Is what you're suggesting. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there any other questions? Kyle, I see that you had a question there in the chat. You wanted to review the 64-bit versus non-64-bit location for the install. So what I was telling everyone, if you are installing on a 64-bit machine, when it pops up and asks you the location you want to install the files, it will show like C program files, Invitec, and Vista setup. What you'll do when installing is on the install file, you'll remove the program files directory so it would look similar to this here if you are installing on a 64-bit system. So the files would install to C/Invitec/Invista setup rather than C program files, Invitec and Vista setup. Okay. Is there any other questions?
Is that not true for the 32-bit also?
No, for 32-bit, you can install directly into C program files, Invitec and Vista setup.
I believe Nathan told us that it's best to do it outside anyway.
Are you on Windows 7?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you're running Windows 7, I would go ahead and just install directly into along with the other files. If you're on server 2003 or 2008, such as what we're running here, you can just install directly into C program files, etc. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other questions?
Is there a way notified of the changes that are coming out earlier so we could decide if we wanted them?
Well, what you can do is you can go onto our FTP, and there's usually version history files. So what you could do, you would go into like the Vista ARM folder, and then Vista ARM auto update, and then you would download the version. It's a VRH file.
Yeah,
PDF.
I've done that before. Okay.
So you would download and just take a look at what changes have been done in the program, and if there's something that you see there and you think, hey, I would like to have that feature, go ahead and download the update and update.
And there's a VRH file for the comm center update and the send alerts and all those as well?
Yes, there should be a VRH file.
All right. I've not done those. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and end it here. If you guys have any questions that you think of later, you can just shoot me, Nathan, or Andy an email, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you do have regarding updating your system. So I thank you guys for your time, and all of you have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you, Randy.